Yeah, all right. So let's get started. Here's your latest watches and warnings map. And I don't think I've ever recall looking at a map that had so many widespread winter storm warnings across this whole entire area. Pink is all inundated from Texas to Oklahoma to New Mexico, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, going into Indiana. This whole pink area is under winter storm warning right now. So there's two storms that we're going to be talking about, and they're back to back, and they only have about a day in between. And so over this next 5 days, it's Sunday afternoon when I'm doing this video on Valentine's Day. It's going to be some of your worst weather a lot of these areas have seen in your lifetime, with the combination of record cold temperatures, heavy snow, and portions of crippling ice you're going to have to be dealing with. So let me kind of walk you through this map. So here's the latest surface feature. We've got those heavier snows starting to creep into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's snowing pretty good right now in Oklahoma City, and all this snow will really start to intensify going out throughout the day and really start picking up tonight. And we've got some freezing rain that we're dealing with out ahead of it, because they're still having that warm air aloft that they're going to be dealing with. And all it's coming from is from the northwest, where they had some heavier snows in Seattle and Portland already. It snowed some more in Seattle today, so that's kind of winding down for them later on. But that snowstorm is heading your way in Texas, and it's making a beeline, and that's why the winter storm warnings are in effect for Texas. And this snow is bringing snow to areas they just don't see. El Paso, all the way down to the deep south, and McAllen, even portions of Mexico is getting snow. Even Brownsville could actually see some dusting of snow. This snow extends into Houston. We're talking multi-inch snow totals in Houston. Portions like Katy, Texas, picking up 6 inches of snow. So this is pretty much historic stuff. And out ahead of it, there'll still be that warm air aloft, where they'll still have to deal with that freezing rain and sleet kind of mixture closer to the coastline into Louisiana, Mississippi, going into Alabama. But Arkansas is going to get hit hard. Missouri is going to get hit hard. Southern Illinois is going to get hit hard from this system. On the southeast, they're going to be mainly all rain, and unfortunately, Florida is having to deal with tornado warnings and severe weather threat for them, as that warm layered boundary kind of sets up over for them. And then that southeast flow, flooding rains in portions of Georgia and the Carolinas for you guys. So as we kind of extend the view into Monday morning, February the 15th, yeah, those heavier snows sets up shop over Houston, getting into Austin, going into San Antonio. You're going to pick up multi-inch snows, 5-6 inches, all the way down into San Antonio. And even portions of northern and northwest Texas, places like Conroe, Huntsville, could pick up almost double digits snowfall from this event. Shreveport, Louisiana, picking up snow. And then we'll have a transfer of sleet and freezing rain. So an ice storm is going to be a major problem with this event as well, with down power lines and trees as well. So those ice-coated trees. And that's going to be swinging up into Mississippi, going into portions of Tennessee, especially like Western Tennessee, Western Kentucky this time. But then it'll transfer to all snow. So I'm thinking, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio gets hit hard with these two systems as these continue moving across. They just implemented Pittsburgh under the winter storm warning, so they're going to get hit hard with this system. And then mainly along the I-95 corridor, you're going to be predominantly kind of a rain icy mix, because a lot of the warm air increases with that ridge that's going to be building in from the Atlantic. So the main story from this event is 2 days. I mean, it's going to be almost historic low temperatures. Here it is, actual temperatures on Monday for the central U.S. I mean, there's a good swath. All these greens are below zero temperatures. So you're talking near zero temperatures in the Dallas-Fort Worth area tonight. That last time they hit -1 was back in 1989. So that is definitely on the table. And these single digits extend all the way down for the deep south into central and the hill country. even down here by Marfa, Texas, and down here by West Texas as well. New Mexico is going to get hard with very, very, very cold temperatures, and even down to Louisiana and Arkansas, single digits. I mean, Missouri, all negative numbers. I mean, you've been negative up here for Montana, the Dakotas, and Minnesota for a while now, and that just continues. And now the Deep South is entering that stage. So these are dangerously cold temperatures, and it even gets worse with the feels like. So we're talking 40 below zero in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and portions of Illinois as well. And then even Michigan's going to be feeling those below zero feels like temperatures, as that will continue to push south into Arkansas. And then much of Texas goes double digits below zero wind chill feels like, and those extend all the way down to the Deep South, and even negatives getting into the Houston Metroplex, if you can believe that. And so going forward, this is on Monday afternoon, and look at this Arctic air. It's putting sleet in the Gulf of Mexico. What kind of crazy stuff is that? I mean, even the sharks are getting sleet out there. I mean, this is an historic event. I mean, I've never seen sleet or freezing rain or snow or anything in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's some crazy stuff. And once we get inland, it just intensifies even more as this continues moving into, Alabama, Mississippi. Mississippi gets hit hard from the system with the combination of sleet and freezing rain. It's just kind of on the borderline of northwest Alabama. But it really kind of picks up steam going into Kentucky. I mean, all these areas get hit hard with ice. I mean, the ice is nothing to play with. I know you've just went through that in Kentucky. Unfortunately, you're going to get hit with it again. And that will continue up the coast in West Virginia, southern portions of Pennsylvania, and then heavy snow amounts once you get further inland. And upstate New York, going into Vermont and New Hampshire from this system. But then we have to see another system back behind that as this continues pushing up. We're having that demarcation line with the southeast ridge making very heavy rain along the southeast, extending, amplifying. There's that warm air aloft. So I had the question, hey, well, why is, if it's temperatures in the 20s, why is it going to be, freezing rain? So, but you'll have a warm air aloft. So as rain falls, it'll melt and then refreeze on contact. So where we're having that transition line, where that Arctic air is in place, you're mainly getting all snow out of this deal. But where it's not even prevalent on all levels of the atmosphere, that's where it's having the mixed bag of sleet and freezing rain. So that's why this is going up the coast as freezing rain, as this continues moving into the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. And that just can...
Explain a little bit as to what's going on here. We're supposed to be in El Nino or La Nina conditions right now. I don't remember which. I think it's La Nina, and it affects the jet stream. And the jet stream is an area up in the atmosphere where the wind is traveling at 200 miles per hour plus, and it kind of moves the weather systems around the world at the air currents and that. And right now, the jet stream goes all the way down to Mexico. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life, that far south. So basically anything north of the jet stream is cold, and anything south of the jet stream is warm. So because it's so far south, all this cold air from Siberia has migrated across the North Pole into North America. And, well, pretty much all of North America. So, like I said before, we're on the edge of it. So we haven't seen those horrible cold temperatures. We're still above what we normally are at this time of year anyways. But what's happening with all these storms, it's just crazy. I'm not going to show it, but if you've seen the 100 car plus pile up down in Texas, that's just a horrible thing to watch. they got freezing rain, and they're still driving full speed, highway speed, and all of a sudden everybody in front of them stopped, and they just, there's no way they can stop, so they're plowing in at full speed. And some of the video I saw, I watch crash videos all the time, it doesn't bother me, but this really bothered me watching it. I'm not going to recommend watching it, but it is on YouTube. If you search for Texas pileup, you'll find there's all kinds of videos, but there's 3 or 4 main ones that you'll just keep seeing over and over. And just seeing those trucks crash into the cars, it's heart-wrenching. And as far as I know, only 6 people died. And I say only, if you see it, you'll understand why I say only. It's a miracle. But that freezing rain is, not that particular storm, but another one that's going through right now, is actually precipitating in the Gulf of Mexico, where it's usually tropical temperature. So it's insane. So what's happening is we got the edge of it is very sharp, and we got storms that come down from the west coast, and they're following the jet stream all the way to the south, and then coming back up the east coast up to us here. And for the most part they've been passing to our south, which is nice. But we do have another one coming tonight that's going to hit us and dump on us, so I'm not touching what we have out here today. I haven't been out here for a few days. It's excuse me. It's the result of a few light snows, plus we got snow squalls last night, so it's kind of built up a bit, but I'm not touching it till tomorrow because we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get dumped on again tonight. So hopefully I won't have a problem getting it in and out today, but I don't know, we'll find out. I was kind of hoping Zach wasn't gonna be here. If I come out today, I forgot today's a holiday. It's Family Day today, the government holiday. Some things are still open, but all the government places, like the post office, will be closed. But I gotta go get milk. And anyways, I kind of got off track there. So these storms, what's happening is, like I say, the jet stream is the boundary between cold and warm, and it's such a sharp ridge right now that the cold air is battling with the warm air, and it's just, all these storms are just causing havoc all along the boundaries. And the only state in the US right now that is not experiencing something is Florida. So they're actually being spared of the cold. They did, I was looking at it last night, and there is a tornado risk for northern Florida, so they're being affected by it. But as far as the temperatures go, you know, they're pretty much being lucky, I guess you could say. So that's what's happening there. And I don't remember what I was gonna say. But anyways, that's what's happening with the weather. And like I said, we've been pretty much just outside the edge of it, so we've been in the semi-warmer area. I'm moving the camera cord here. I'm sorry if that's making any noise in the camera. When I did my interesting pictures video, I was very disappointed with the audio, because the camera was sitting on the tripod and it was a little too far away, so you're not hearing my voice very well. I had to turn it up, so you're getting an echo from inside the garage. Plus you're hearing all this ticking noise, and I was moving my feet around. The only thing I could think of was I was kicking the wire. I was very disappointed in it. So, and that was too long of an audio to remake. So, I feel a little embarrassed by that one, but more disappointed than anything else. So it's -7 today. A little bit, just slightly better than it has been. But we do have a snowfall warning, like I say, this storm that's coming towards us. And the total amounts of 15 to 25 centimeters is expected. Heavy snow is expected to move into the area this evening into Tuesday morning, with snowfall accumulations near 15, possibly reaching 20 to 25 in some places. And strong winds gusting up to 50 kilometers per hour are expected to produce local blowing snow from this evening into Tuesday afternoon in some places. So when I come out tomorrow, chances are there's going to be some pretty good snow drifts, which will make the snow even deeper in some places. But Zach should be working tomorrow, so I'll leave the driveway clear and hopefully be able to clean it out. So looking at the 14-day forecast, the rest of this week's still going to be cold. And then it starts to warm up a little bit. And I'm seeing temperatures here above freezing for a little while. It looks like at least a week. Of course, this is the 14-day forecast. This could change tomorrow. But that will give me a chance to hopefully get some things done out here. I'm saying hopefully. So look at the radar, and there's the storm. It doesn't look like it's far off. A few hours anyways. It doesn't look like it's going to take too long. So I'm at the point right now that I don't feel like doing anything. So I don't know what's really going to get done out here. Maybe when the warmer weather gets here and I start doing stuff, that'll kind of bring my energy levels up. I don't know. But it's to the point where I don't even feel like getting out of bed at any time now. So, but I come out today because I had to show the weather, talk about the weather, and different stuff. Yeah, that's the only reason I come out today. Because I wanted to wait till tomorrow, but I want to try to get out Monday, Tuesday, and Friday again. Just sort of kind of keep that pattern going. I haven't been driving a whole lot when I go out because I'm trying to avoid that issue with the batteries. Because once the batteries do their thing, I don't know. They do it every winter. I don't know what's happening, but all of a sudden they just don't keep the charge up, and I don't have very much distance whatsoever. And it'll stay like that until the weather warms up and stays warm, and then the battery charge will come back. The distance I can travel, whatever, will gradually come back. I'm trying to avoid that this year. I do have one long drive that I need to do. Once the weather warms up, I might do that, but I'm not sure if I want to trust the transaxle going that far, because there is something I want to check out. There was a fire. I haven't talked about it yet because I'm not exactly sure where it was. I googled the address and it gave me a field, which is not uncommon. When I heard the call, I kind of pictured where it was, but apparently that wasn't it. So, based on their description, I think I know, and based on the field that the map showed me, I kind of think I might know, but I want to know for sure before I specify. So, I want to kind of do that. Yeah, I've encountered that before, because when we moved here, I wanted to know where, I knew there was a U-Haul place here where I could drop the truck off, and I googled it, and of course it gave me a field. So apparently the U-Haul place here is out in the middle of a field somewhere. Which was sort of semi-close to where it was, but it's actually on a farm. It doesn't look like a U-Haul place, it just looks like a farm, but one of the barns is where they operate the U-Haul office out of. So if you zoom in close, you can actually see the U-Haul trucks parked in the yard there. But it's just pretty confusing. So I could go out. I got to get milk today, And I've told you before to watch for rising food prices. I now have an example because I don't pay attention to prices when I'm buying food. If I buy one thing all the time, then I get to know what that price is, and milk is an example of that. I get that at Max because it's cheaper than everywhere else. And everybody else in the house here uses bag milk. I use the jug, which keeps it separate from everybody else's. And for the longest time, I mean, Max is the cheapest out of every place you can get it. So for the longest time it was $5.25, and that's with the bottle return, because you pay 25 cents for the jug, and when you bring the jug in you get that back, and then you only pay the actual price of the milk itself, which is $5.25. And once the pandemic started last year, it went up. And last time I went out, which was Friday, I bought some, and it was $6.13 now. So it's gone up 4 times in the last year, and it's gone up almost $1. And well, if you figure that out, that's like 25%. So it's gone up 25% in the last year. So that's the only example I can give, because that's the only price that I know. Because when I go to Max, that's usually all I get is just the milk. So I'll get to know that price. And to have it go up 4 times in a year like that, it's like, wow. So the only other thing I know is when I don't get my wraps from Timmy's, I still haven't got my app working. I haven't heard from them. It's really ticking me off. But sometimes I'll go to Value Mart and I'll get their chicken and potato wedges. So it's got $5. You get three strips of chicken tenders, they call it. It's just boneless chicken breast, and potato wedges in this little box. And it's been $5 since I've been buying it. It's $6 now. It went up. Last time I bought one, it went up. I think that was Wednesday when I bought that. So the only 2 things I'm aware of as far as price increase goes. But there'll be more coming. It's just the beginning. So I'm going to head out and hopefully not have any problems. Wow. I am at such low power right now. Well, not just me, the monster, I mean. It's not a matter of getting stuck in that snow. I just didn't have the power to go to push through it, so I had to get off and give it a push. And couldn't turn that corner because the wheels kept sliding straight instead of turning, so I lift the monster up and push it over. But just standing right here, I can smell that. It's so strong. So, I don't know. If I need a new motor, I can't just get a motor. Like I've said a million times. Comes with a new transaxle, so I might just go that route, I don't know. So if I do that now, that'll take care of some of the wait time. And by the time it gets here, the weather's going to be warmer. I'm not sure I want to do that, but it seems I might have to. And then I guess keep all this stuff. Well, I'll put the old motor on the other transaxle and just scrap this one. This one's obviously not going to be any good anymore. So, and just keep it as a backup. Because even the brake is failing on it now. It's not stopping me like it used to. As I come up to a stop and it's almost stopped, and now all of a sudden it'll just kick on. But now it's kind of a gradual slowdown, so I think the brake's wearing out too. Because of all the issues with the brake coming on early, I think it's just kind of worn out now. So, I don't know. Yeah, I thought so. I think I might have. Oh, that's just, okay, that's the top. There we go. This is when I lifted up the monster. Put my back to the back here and just lifted with my legs to slide it over and heard a crack. I thought I broke my slow moving vehicle sign, but no. This is actually the top of it where it kind of clicks in. I just unclicked it. So, good as new. Still nice and tight. Okay, I gotta go in. I'm actually pretty chilled. So I'll see how much snow we get tonight. There's one more thing I wanted to say. Found my Walmart tags. Well, sort of kind of found them. I found the location of them. So apparently they're on disc number 613. So nothing's in everything. When I was in Hanover, everything was in order. I kind of knew where to look for which particular disc. I have spools of 100 and they're labeled, so I know which discs are in each spool. But since I moved here, everything's in boxes and over here and over there, so there's no organization to it anymore. So it could take some time to actually find that particular spool. Like I say, I've got thousands of discs, and I'm not even sure. If I was to take a guess, I probably got over 100 spools. I have a lot, so that's all stuff that's on disk. That's not in my computer, because I can't store that much in my computer, or on hard drives and that. It's just, I just don't trust them. To me, the discs are more of a permanent storage, even though, they fail too, of course. And I've had that happen. So what I used to do is I used to refresh them. Because after a while I'd reburn the disc and get rid of the old one just to keep them fresh. Because the discs are only good for about 20 years. So, but I just got too many. There's no way I could do that. It would take forever, and it would cost a lot of money. So, but I don't know. We'll see. So now I'm just kind of stuck with, or not stuck, but I'm just picking what's important, and it's the important stuff that I really need to keep or want to keep. That's what I'm putting on disk. So everything else is, once I processed it, I decide whether I'm going to keep it or not. So that's the way I've been doing things. But unfortunately, I have a whole year I don't get to make that choice with, because Destiny made that decision for me. Not keeping that whole year. So, anyway, I'm cold. I gotta go in. Thanks for watching.